Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, you've come to the right place. If you want to connect with your tarot deck, my name is Elizabeth, and on this channel, we talk about building your spiritual confidence so you can listen to your intuition and read your tarot cards with ease. And today, I'm going to take a deep dive into the Five of Wands. We're going to be looking at the Kabbalah, we're going to look at the Tree of Life, the numerology, which I find so good to understand these numerical cards in the minor arcana. We're going to look at the elements. We're going to look at the symbolism, the deeper symbolism of the actual images on the card drawn by Pamela Coleman Smith. And we're really going to take the time to understand this card in depth. So if this is something that appeals to you, keep watching. I'm going to spin the camera around and take you on a journey to understand the Five of Wands that I just know you're going to love. See you soon. So, let's talk about the Five of Wands. Golden Dawn title, the Lord of Strife. Before we do, I am going to invite you to go to connectwithyourdeck.com/newsletter and join my newsletter, because when you join my newsletter, you'll receive emails that will tell you all about how you can find all my goodies. And I have lots and lots of free courses that you can do with me to learn the tarot, not just watching my symbolism videos. And I would love you to be part of my community. These cheat sheets are available in my Etsy shop. I made these cheat sheets because everybody invariably when I do videos wants my notes. So I thought I'll be organized and I'll do my notes in a formal way so that you can all have them. And I also have lots of freebies available as well. So it isn't just about talking about these is something you can buy from me. I also have other free things that being part of my community enables you to have that help you in your journey to learn the tarot. I also would love it if you could like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell so you never miss another one of my uploads. It really does help my channel, and I would so appreciate you if you could help me like that. So let's have a chat about the Five of Wands. We are talking about dynamic challenges, the energy of the unexpected. It challenges us to live up to our beliefs and values and not settle for anything else. Five also represents the five classical elements: air, fire, water, earth, and ether or spirit. And this brings us growth, and growth comes from disruption of any one of these elements. So if we look at the Five of Wands, this is disruption of fire, disruption of water in the cups, disruption of air in the swords, and disruption of pentacles in the disruption of pentacles, disruption of earth in the pentacles. Red, blue, yellow, green are the traditional colors. Ether, of course, is our major arcana cards, and the major arcana of cards, of course, the traditional color is purple, and they represent ether or spirit, our internal, how we feel internally. Minor arcana, everyday happenings, things that are actively happening. And in five, we're looking at that disruption of the elements that takes us into a very different way of looking at spiritual growth. So if we look at the Five of Wands, everybody's fighting. They're all on an even footing, and you can see here that some of the people here are better dressed than perhaps others, but everyone's on an even footing, and they're all fighting and they're getting nowhere. Five, the disruption of grief in the cups. So you've got the three cups that you're focusing on in your grief, and you miss the two cups that are upstanding and waiting for you in terms of a way of moving forward that you can't see because your grief has overwhelmed you. 5 of Swords, the disruption of winning at all costs. So here, you don't care. You're taking the spoils and you don't care how you've got them. So you can see the other people here have thrown their swords down. They're in, you can see this one here is in despair because you've probably not followed Marquis of Queensberry rules, and you're there picking up the swords and saying, look at the look on his face, yippee, I've done it. But what is the disruption? What is the cost of your winning? And 5, the disruption of poverty. You're in poverty and you're so impoverished that you can't see the help that's right here. And if you look at the shape of the Pentacles, they're even reflective of the Tree of Life. So this idea of, you're there, you could get through it if you could just see the help and reach out and ask for it. So different disruptions that we see here in the Minor Arcana cards. If we look at the Major Arcana cards, Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant is an interesting card because it reflects traditional religious values, which many of us have thrown out and said we're not really interested in anymore and are looking for different ways of expressing our spirituality. Not all of us. Some of us are very attached to the traditional ways, but many of us have thrown those ideas away. And so there's a challenge in terms of following traditional values or not following traditional values. I look at the Hierophant card. A lot of people say it means marriage. And again, that is one aspect of it. But I look at the Hierophant card as a call for boundaries. Because when you think about it, that's exactly what religion is. It sets life boundaries that we live by. So if I see the Hierophant in the position in a reading, I say, what are your boundaries? And depending on the cards around it, what's challenging or reinforcing the boundaries that you want for yourself in your life? Temperance. This is a card about weighing up disruption. You can see she's testing. She's put her toe in the water. She's got 1 foot on land and 1 foot in the water. She's not really making a commitment. She's testing and seeing which way she'll go on her spiritual journey. And she's pouring the water from one cup to another, a bit like alchemy, where you're mixing and measuring and trying to create a disruption of turning other metals into gold. So, which is a huge disruption, of course, because you're creating something that out of nothing. So again, that idea of disruption, thinking about how you find the middle ground in all the chaos around you. So that is number 5. Now, these 2 cards I've already covered, so there are videos for those, and I will make sure that they are down in the comments for you. And I will also make sure, actually I'll put when these become available, I will put those into the comments as well. If you get to a number 5 of Wands and these ones aren't there, you'll know I haven't made them yet. But when I have, I will definitely make sure they're there, because there'll be a separate video for each one to explain the meaning. So let's have a look at 5 of Wands. Now, we are stepping across into the next astrological period, which is Leo, which is over here, and 5 of Wands sits in the first decan here. So, 22nd of July to 1st of August, traditional timing again is spring. And we are looking at this being a fire sign. So this is a sign of action. And you can see these sticks. You've got the sticks here that are being used to, in the fighting. And they've all got little green sprigs, which means they're pretty darn active. So there's an awful lot of very negative energy going on in this card. So if you look at the Kabbalah, is Jabura for the Seraphoth, and it is an emanation of strength. So this is an energy in the Tree of Life that is calling us to have the strength to know ourselves, manage our responses to others, and the power of good judgment and clear thinking, which of course, as you can see here in this card, is a little bit lacking, because I'm not quite sure how you're going to have clear thinking in such dynamic challenges. And again, classical element of fire. So let's look at the symbolism of this card. Everybody's fighting and nobody is winning. Everybody's around about the same size. I would argue about whether they're the same socioeconomic status or not. I'm not too sure about that. I've written here that they are, but I'm looking at it now and I'm not so sure. Some have got boots on, some have got shoes on. If you look at this person in the back, I'm not so sure that they're as well dressed as the others, but everybody's together, they're all into it, and there's no class distinction at all going on here. So this is about youthful energy, exuberance, coming together with conscious and unconscious dynamic all going on at once. The 5 wands, again, the 5 elements of spirit, fire, air, water, and earth competing for attention. The green symbolism is the green on the ground that you can see here, which is showing that it's fertile ground, a place where things can grow, and it's a place where there might be some emergence of argument or conflict. So it's, you know, it's fertile ground for things really becoming very disrupted. Blue symbolism is clear blue sky, which indicates that you're working towards clarity of thought and action. But it's not happening at the moment in this card. You'd like to calm the disruption of 5, but it's certainly not happening in this card. So I'm looking at my meaning here: conflict without resolution, competing demands, competition between people. And I've written, you might need a mediator. So that is 5 of Wands. I hope you have enjoyed this interpretation of the card and looking at them in situ with all the other cards. And I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notifications bell, and certainly do become part of my community. Connect with yourdeck.com/newsletter, and I will make sure that all of the links are down in the description box. And for those of you who can't find the description box, I will try and remember to put them in the first comment. Take care, everybody, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.